What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to outline why I bought that blue Miata that had a supercharger on it and talk about it a little bit more in depth, because I started making footage of me tearing it apart and there was just a lot of me swearing and getting mad because it was hot outside.
Oh my fucking god.
We're going to forego that and talk about it now that it's done and I'm not mad about it. But first we have to address this. This awesome company called Nicelux is sponsoring this video today, and they sent me this wonderful OBDII scanner. Now, we were going to use the Fiesta to demo this, but I figured if I mess with the Siesta, I figured I mess with the Fiesta spark plug or coil packs or whatever, it might trip the ECU into limp home mode or some new car dumb stuff. So we got the trusty old Silverado out, and we're gonna demo this bad boy. So let's unbox it. Doctor. Brand is Conway. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We don't need to worry too much about the brand name, because if you should need one of these, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment to pick one of these bad boys up. Now, while a lot of OBDII scan tools out there are pretty expensive, this one is, you can get it on Amazon for this price from our friends over there at Nicelux. The link in the description. So if this thing performs as well as any other OBDII scanner, you could save yourself a lot of money by buying one of these instead of a really expensive one. Hopefully it's not like the last OBDII scanner we demoed where they didn't have an F-150 on there, but they did have a Pagani Zonda. Oh. Just in case you are diagnosing the problems on your own Pagani Zonda. Oh. Feel like it's an unlikely thing. Ooh, dude. Wow. The embroidered logo. That's fancy. So it comes in this convenient little carrying case, and let's take a look at what we got here. We got a 2.8-inch screen. That's really light. Comes with the instruction manual and a USB cable. You can actually export data to a computer and print off data sheets with it, which is pretty insane. And of course, your OBDII to what looks like VGA or serial port, whatever is on the top of the OBDII scanner. It also can read CAN cars. I don't know what that is. See, this is useful because every time someone introduces me, they're like, hey, this is Braden, you know, this is the guy with the car YouTube channel. It's immediately followed by, oh, can you help me fix my car? And a lot of times it's just a check engine light on someone's newer car. So this time, or now I can be like, actually, maybe. I can tell you what's wrong with it, that's for sure. Alright, so let's go tool setup here. Thanks, motorcycles. English, yes, we want that. Unit of measure. Damn, dude, it's already preset in all the American stuff. Fahrenheit, miles per hour, miles, pounds per minute. They got us hooked up, dude. Alright, well, oh no, there we go. Alright, escape, I assume, takes us back. Beep. On or off. We'll leave it on. That way we can tell, you know. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is unplug her and then start the truck up and pull a spark plug wire, because this thing just likes to drop them anyway. Yeah. Because if you've never seen an LS or an LS based engine, the spark plug wires actually are like upside down. So if you hit a bump hard enough and you got some old plug wires, they'll come sailing out. Oh yeah, see what I mean? That back one on the driver's side really likes to come flying off.
This one's about to come out, so we can use that one.
Yeah, just give her a yank.
Ooh, it's hot.
Alright, that ought to make it misfire. It's gonna sound cammed.
It's gonna sound cammed, but it's also gonna sound broken.
Oh.
Woo, copyright. Okay. Actually, yeah. Hey, the coil works.
Alright, so we're having an issue, the check engine light's not turning on for some reason. You can clearly hear it's misfiring. Of course it would just not, Alright, well let's do an O2 sensor test, how about that? Bank 1, sensor 1. Yeah, sure. Status, pass.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. So we got it in the Fiesta now. As suspected, there's no codes to read. Like I said, I'm not going to try and force one because I don't want to piss the ECU off. But let's check out the data stream and see what we got in this one. RPM. Oh, we can watch it go into boost. Time since start. Fuel rail pressure.
Goodness.
Damn, dude. Fuel rail pressure. This is travel miles. Activated fuel level input. We've got the miles on there.
Since they were last cleared, because they were never cleared.
Number of warm-up since DTC is cleared, 255. Barometric pressure in lambda, that's the air fuel. Alright, relative throttle position. Accelerator pedal position. Type of fuel currently, gas. We'll keep it that way.
Yeah.
So this one, I think the truck was just a little too old, but this one, because it's a newer car, vehicle identification and everything is there. Go ahead, look up my VIN, I don't care. Alright, so overall this is a super useful tool to have and for a really good price. I, for one, have wanted an OBDII scanner for a long time, even though I didn't have an OBDII car up until a few months ago. It was just something I wanted to have around. If it's something you want to have around too, get yourself one of these, because the price is great and it has a lot of the features that really expensive ones will have. As you can see, it worked great on the Fiesta, worked great on the truck. We weren't able to cause a misfire, but if it's actively reading all the data from the Fiesta, I don't doubt that it's going to be able to pull your engine codes. So, we'll come back to it if someone has a check engine light on and something, and we'll get a code read off of it. So please click on the link in the description or in the pinned comment to go to Nicelux's Amazon store and pick up one of these KW850 OBDII scan readers. And now, let's talk about the Miata. Oh God. It was going for it, dude. So as many of you guys know, I recently sold my 1990 Mazda Miata, my pretty red one that I found out was one of the first 1500 Miatas ever built. That hurt a little bit. I found out the day I was selling it, but it was 1,423 was the number that Miata was. So if we ever get the opportunity to bring it back and I have the money, maybe we'll get it back. But in the meantime, this is my 1990 Mazda Miata. If you guys watch Charles' channel, you would know that he bought this out of a junkyard, and it was supercharged. And it did some good bin outs and some good donies. And then Charles was driving it, and it lost oil pressure for a little bit. It came back. It grew it back. But we deemed that that was probably good enough reason to not try and drive it anymore. So I bought it from Charles for $900. And I found a buyer for it who gave me $1,200 for it and paid shipping to New York. So we're already up $300. That doesn't answer the question as to why I bought another Miata right after I sold mine. That should do it for you. Not only that, but this thing's got some early 2000s inspired interior that I'm going to be trying to get rid of. We're keeping one of the seats. We're building a racing simulator because I bought a G27. We've been playing Assetto Corsa. We'll do a video on that when we build it because that's going to be pretty cool. But I figured a Miata seat's good because there's 4 simple bolts. It's easy to take off. And if we really wanted to, the headrest speakers work, so I could wire it to stereo out and put the sound from the game in the headrest, which would be pretty sick. We'll talk about that later. But if you happen to need any small Miata parts that are easy to ship or you're ready to spend a good amount to ship them, it was about $160. No, with both boxes, it was a little over $130 to ship the supercharger kit. But we got this Racing Beat wing on here. We got a really cool gauge cluster inside there that I actually dig a lot, even though it's a little ricey looking. It's pretty cool. We got headlight buckets. Unfortunately, the zipper glass window top is not in usable shape. What is that?
It's a Suburban.
Old Suburban?
Yeah, it's Cedric, I think.
Oh, okay. No, it's a Tahoe.
That looks like a Suburban.
It's the hoe.
Oh.
Miss
like
Piggy the hoe.
I like the hoe.
But yeah, so if that doesn't answer your question, I think it very well should. I bought the Miata to part it out. It was a fun car while it was supercharged. Well, it was still supercharged, but the engine was very unhappy and it was ready to die, which it did. I drained the coolant out and there was a good amount of oil in there with it. The engine could be of use to somebody who wants to build a 1.6 or whatever. We'll see how that goes. Cedric, who actually just pulled up in the hoe, is buying the transmission from me. But yeah, so really it was just a project to make some money off of. So I hope no one was too excited to see another Miata build, because that is not happening at this time. It's also got some parts going to Junk Miata. Our friend Laker, he's got the Rice Boy taillights and the turn signal intakes And actually, I gotta give a shout out to him as well, because someone in Utah had a really low mileage CD009 transmission for sale, and he fronted me the cash and went and picked it up for me. So the Volvo is officially going to have a CD009. So yeah, like I said, if you guys need any Miata parts that I can ship, hit me up. I'll send you some pictures. Send me a DM on Instagram or a message on Facebook at facebook.com/bcautos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you to Nicelux for sponsoring it. Again, if you need an OBDII scanner, I highly recommend picking one of those up. Pretty easy to use, got a lot of useful data for diagnosing problems with cars, and the link is in the description and the pinned comment. In the meantime, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and submit your entries for Car of the Video to curseforeverhelp@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigB1011, and come to Takeover Northwest August 18th and 19th, because I'm going to be out there watching some people skid. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.